Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, I am your Dungeon Master, AuldDragon, and the players are...
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon Miacc, who's a human warrior from an asteroid called Recap's Wedge near Brow.
Hi everyone, I'm Daikamisama and I play Solas Ebha, who is Half-Elven Cleric Mage of Ogma and is currently melting in the tropical temperatures.
Hey, I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin from Brawl.
Hello everyone, I'm Motor. I play Finnel'ar Mohani, a druid from Grayspace.
Hi, I'm Levalithana, an elven wild mage, yes.
Hey there, I'm Zach and I play the character of Lafdul Moonglade, a elven special priest and thief multi-class from Realm Space from Ebha. His gimmick is coming up with fun little titles, and his current title is the conductor of the Perspicacious. No, that's wrong.
Perspicacious?
Wait, if you know that word, I'm going to be so annoyed. Perspicacious.
Perspicacious, yes.
Yeah, perspicacious pareidolia metaphors. It sounds lackluster because yeah.
Why would you be annoyed at AuldDragon knowing words?
No, it's finding meaning in images in words and twisting them around.
Okay.
To be fair, I don't know Pareidolia. I don't think I've seen that one before. So there you go. There's one. But yes, I have seen Perspicacious before. Before we get in, the number of rerolls, and also thank you for those bits for Lafdul's title on Comrade. I appreciate that. I don't know why he's paying me for that, but okay. I mean, I'm okay with that. The rerolls the party currently has: Braxon has 0, Finn has 2, Ockar has 1, Lafdul has 1, Leva has 0, Solas has 2, and the Dungeon Master has 0. So, we left off last time. The party had met with the people of the Sphere, known as Gravs. And they are currently locked in a kind of a war with some invading spider folks.
Old?
Yes.
Since I wasn't here last time, is it okay to retcon that I would have recharged my lightning wand with 4 lightning bolt spells?
No, because you were spending all of your time finishing up your study on alchemy. So you've got your alchemy proficiency now, but that's what you needed to spend your time on. And with the this kind of war going on with these invading spider folks, their deity had informed them that some people would be arriving who would be able to aid them. And it turns out those people are you.
It turns out they think those people are us.
Fair point. Fair point. They believe those people are you.
5 weeks later, the company of the Unbroken Sword will turn up.
Or 5 weeks later, you haven't succeeded in anything, and the spider folk have overrun everything, and they're like, well, poop.
That's true.
So, you have been asked to come along with them, or one of the scions of the ruler, to a set of ruins that they believe holds a piece of the puzzle to help them defeat the spider folk. You will be meeting them the following morning, getting you, taking an evening to change up your spells. I'm fine with just allowing you guys to completely change up your spells entirely, so you're completely prepared some of the changes would probably be reasonable, knowing that you'd be coming to a planet and you might be, swapping out some of the spells in the days prior and stuff like that.
Well, Solas is going to be recharging his lightning rod twice then today.
Okay. In the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get to your...
It'd be something I'd be doing in the night before, because I need to get a new holy symbol.
Okay, you can slip out into the city under cover of darkness.
Taking the strolls, walking around.
Yep.
Probably pickpocket somewhere. Well, not pickpocket, I'll just try and swipe some. This is a stoneworking society, isn't it? There's going to be like lots of tools around.
Yep. You could easily get like a chisel.
Yeah, chisel.
Okay.
Swipe someone's bedrock.
Hang
I
on.
don't know if someone's got a pet rock.
Are you stealing Brax's chisels when he's not
I
looking?
haven't stolen anything from the party yet.
I like the yet part.
Depends how annoyed I get. I might steal someone's shoelaces.
You know, Braxton has them all in an order.
So 2 charges, you said, Solas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Alright, so any other special preparations that any of you want to make before, either before you rest or the following morning? You would have some time the day before to purchase any special spell components that you need. You don't need to do the charge yet. That will come after this little part of the adventure. After you get back to the town, if you get back to town.
Well,
We
Lila's
also-
going to try a test.
A test?
No.
Yes,
Okay.
she's going to try and cast a little bolt of ice on a stone and then cast, what's it? Snowball, a snowball at it.
Okay.
And
let's
see whether it actually works, whether it's the ice bolt is big enough. Snowball, not ice ball. Silly.
Okay. The piece of ice. So you go like just outside of town into a field, like not a farmer's field.
Yes.
And use that ring, and a pretty big jagged shard of ice leaps into existence right in front of you and flies towards a large rock, shattering itself against the rock. And yes, you are able to then pick up a piece of the ice, and no wild surge, so you do create a Snowlock snowball using that piece of ice.
How warm is it where we are?
Pretty warm.
So the ice ball won't last for very long, right?
No, and
Snowball, I mean.
oh no, the snowball won't last very long at all.
She would have taken it in and thrown it at Lafdul.
Well, so keep in mind, like Snowlock snowball functions like a magic missile. So the second you create it, it immediately flies and hits something, splatters apart, and is like a regular snowball would.
No, she doesn't want that. But she does. She casts it at the stone that's there.
Okay.
I thought you were casting out Lafdul.
Well, I couldn't see Lafdul.
You know Lafdul regenerates. That'd be terrible. Oh.
No, she was sort of having a mental image of throwing the snowball in Lafdul's, under his clothes, sort of.
I wonder why I give that thoughts to people. What could I ever have done to make them think of such things?
Finn's gonna ask to see a map of the area and the path to the ruins.
Okay. So they will pull out a map of the asteroid. It primarily details the locations of the main settlement, some sub-settlements, the mines, and some other things, and they indicate to you where the ruins are, and it's in a kind of a highland jungle section that you probably are looking at. You're not exactly sure how you're going to be getting there yet. You'll be finding out finding that out the next day. But at a normal walk from where you are right now, it would probably be 2 to 3 days. And the last part looks like it might be through some pretty rough terrain. But the early going would be along roads.
And during our preparations, Solas asks Sanfayun if he would be interested in joining the expedition. Not necessarily in the ruins themselves, but basically be a support healer in the camp if we need.
He says, wouldn't it be better for me to stay with the ship in case you need an emergency helmsman? They may be attacked by the spider creatures at any time.
He's also the only healer if we all go for the ship.
Linelius offers to be tactically in charge, in charge of tactical situations while you're gone. Not necessarily commanding the entire ship, but he is an experienced Imperial Elven warrior. If the ship gets attacked, he knows how to command troops and soldiers and stuff. And he offers to because he's still limping and everything like that, so he doesn't think that he'd be very good on the expedition.
Yeah.
But he'd wait for you to say yes or no to that.
Sounds logical to me. Anyone for or against?
It's your ship.
It's my ship. It's our ship.
You're the... well, I should have said you're the de facto.
You're the responsible captain.
I'm the captain of the ship, but we're all officers in the company.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any problem with it, but it's kind of ultimately you make that decision, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's proven himself in that role before, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As for captainly stuff, if something happens that needs an immediate decision, that's something I might do without consulting anyone else. But if we're having a planning discussion, I don't need to make executive decisions. Unless we have a stalemate.
All right. Well, it sounds like
you anyway.
sounds like no one's against it. So
Yeah.
No,
if we did want to take Sunfire and leave Sunfire in the camp, we would have to bring some guards because there might be things in the woods that are dangerous. So we'll have to make bigger camps, which is doable.
I mean, our hosts already said that they would be willing to provide us a few soldiers that could basically make secure a camp while we explore the ruins.
Yeah.
That also means we're... Well, it's a deterrent, I suppose, but we're also a bigger target. You can't exactly go stealthy.
I mean, there are some monsters on the asteroid, but given the size of it and everything like that, you're not looking at any great worm dragons kind of thing.
Is there... It sounds silly. Is there... Can I get access to salt here?
Salt? Yeah.
Yeah, alright. I'm just replenishing my pouch full of salt. Because I use it for circular privacy, so.
One thing I'd ask is, are there any lakes or large ponds or rivers that are between here and the place we've got to go to that might be closer?
Yeah, there are some water sources.
So would they be big enough for us to land our ship?
No.
Okay.
Question?
Mm-hmm.
Based on her experience, would Leva know whether the bolt of ice that was created by the ring is big enough for the snowball swarm?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah, it is. It
Ah,
like the chunk of ice that it creates initially is, and I think it's the same size piece of ice for both spells that
they
you need.
say it's a chunk of ice. No
Does,
definition of how big.
right. What does do both of them say chunk of ice?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It's just like, I mean, uh, I would say that probably, something the size or volume of a large ice cube would probably suffice for that.
Okay.
As opposed to, like, a snowflake is technically ice, but that's way too small. That's not a chunk. But the ice bolt created from this ring is like, think of maybe like a football or a rugby ball, an American football. It's about that volume. It's a big piece of ice.
Okay.
Couldn't you just use ivory instead of ice?
Yeah, but ice is less expensive, you know.
Not if you have to use a magic item to create the ice.
And for the snowball swarm, it is a single pearl worth 50 pounds, yes, 50 gold. So no, Lema is much happier by using the ring, just wearing the ring and using it when she needs to.
If we're
That's fine.
preparing for a combat ahead of time, I could just create some ice with my dagger.
In old times, Higgimus would make an ice wall, and then Leva would come in with the snowball. But those were the good old days.
Now, keep in mind that you do have to get the ice from that. So, like, if you use the bolt of ice on a creature 30 feet away, you got to then get over to that creature and pick up the piece of ice.
Yes. She's quite aware of that, yes.
Okay.
She'll just use it on Lafdul all the time, and then it's okay.
Yeah, it works fine.
Full
Okay.
Lafdul.
Real fast. I mentioned 2 pay periods had passed on your way in to the planet. Did those get paid to the crew?
I can take care of that quick.
Okay. I'll mark that off then.
Is it a humid, hot climate?
Yes. Yeah.
Right,
This
then
is a tropical jungle world.
I'm memorizing it in GR8 for myself.
Okay.
Entirely selfish Lafdul. It depends. If we start struggling, I might be able to memorize something on the second day.
All right, everyone good with their spell selections and questions? Ready to go meet with Vordan?
Are we taking a tent? Are we using the campsite spells? Because I know you've got access to the spells, Finn. As well as
I was planning on it. I mean, if you take tents, they'll set them up, or it can just create shelters from what's around.
Could you... this is going to sound a bit silly, but do you think we'll be alright with the shelters created with a campsite spell? Could you assess the the environment, as it were? Do you think?
Probably.
So Solas is going to be taking very much into consideration his comfort during nighttime, so he's memorizing Leomon's tiny hut.
Oh, does that block out temperature?
It keeps the temperature inside quite comfortable.
Oh, that's cool.
Unless it's really extreme temperatures.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So,
Basically, the temperature inside the hut is 70 Fahrenheit degrees. If the exterior is between 0 and 100. And if it's over those, then it's 1-to-1 basis changes the interior temperature.
so are you taking your magical tent with you, or not?
Don't think we were taking any tents. That's what I was
Okay.
trying to assess. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask about.
with the crate campsite spells, we should be alright. That's why I wanted to know if Finn could actually make that assertion before we make the journey, because he's good with nature.
Well, he
rather than-
hasn't seen the location, but the fact that it is tropical means that there is a lot of stuff around.
Yeah, he
like-
should be able to make a good shelter.
It would be a big difference
stuff.
with, if you were out on a flat, grassy plain
Yeah,
kind of thing.
that's what I was of the same boat as well, same opinion. So,
Okay.
so
All
we
right.
can travel light, which is nice.
So you head off in the next morning to meet with Vordon Kovdan and Genva Movan. Meet them up the pair of Gravs, and they would have told you where to meet when you're ready, or would have sent someone to your ship to act as a messenger to inform them when they were ready. That would probably be better. So you gather outside of town to begin your journey, and you're a little bit surprised to see some cart-like platforms that are completely lacking in wheels, but they're filled with supplies and equipment. And you see the pair of Gravs that you met, along with about 24 warriors, and
So
a
they're like the
mixture of
ones we
warriors
saw
and miners
before.
and servant type Gravs. Yeah, what was that? I'm sorry.
They're like the things we saw before that I thought were floating over the ground or something, or being levitated from the ground.
Yeah, but shaped differently. I mean, they definitely are the same kind of thing.
Yeah. But Braxon
Hey.
assumed it was a magic item, and it turned out they could levitate stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I asked the Gravs. I mean, we're not as a how should I say, hardy or thick-skinned people as you. Are there any tropical diseases we need to be aware of? Jungles are usually festered with those kind of things.
Vordan says, if you come down with something, Apergy has given me the power to take some of that to heal you of such afflictions.
Oh, we have our own means as well. It was just something to consider, that was all.
Oh, then you should be fine. Yeah, Braxon? You had a question?
I was just I started to say something and then realised, do I know this in character?
Well, ask it and I'll tell you if you know enough to ask
Okay.
it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Arca that needs to tell me what I know in character. Braxon was going to ask if there's any poisonous in there, because Lafdul seems to be a bit interested in poisonous stuff.
In the jungle, probably. It's a jungle.
Yeah.
I mean, you could certainly ask if there are any creatures that you need to watch out for, poisonous frogs or that kind of thing.
I'm just waiting for Lafdul to sting
Catch a
himself
frog.
again with the scorpion stinger.
Oh, yeah, Old doesn't want me doing that anymore, though. So I need to just study them. I'm not going to be sampling anything, so until I get the proficiency.
So are you going to ask about dangerous animals, Braxon?
Yeah, that's all I was going to ask.
Okay.
I just thought he might want to collect some poisonous animals.
Well, that'll be up to him. Vordon responds and says, I have not been there myself, and we don't get out there too much, having little interest in what is there and having been unable to penetrate the ruins. But there probably are. I would be careful about any creatures that you encounter if they look strange or brightly colored. I think that is usually one of the signs of such things.
Mm-hmm.
Finn will hand 1 dose of snake salve to each of Lafdul and Solas, since they're the healers in the group besides himself. And that'll leave him with 1 as well.
Okay. Are you going to inform them of what they need to do with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, if anyone gets bit by a poisonous snake, you rub this on the wound.
Okay.
And it deals with the poison.
Alright, yeah. Okay.
Braxon says, are there any interesting types of trees in the woods?
I don't know much about trees myself. I'm a miner. he does not know.
That's okay. I might have a look around later if we get the problem solved in both places.
Are you ready to proceed?
I am.
Yeah.
Everyone else?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So, there are 2 of these large cart-like platforms. They are, they do have railings and things like that. There's benches along the backs, and there's seats in the front that some of the other gravs take up positions on. A cloth, like burlap sack, or like burlap cloth awnings are put up above you on poles to protect you from the sun. You get all of your any equipment that you want stowed away, easily stowed away. Like your backpacks fit under in some compartments under the benches. The benches are a little bit short for most of you, but you get used to it. And multiple gravs sit in the front, and you see them clearly concentrating in some way. And you feel the platforms that you're on begin to float. And then some of the other gravs take up some poles and start actually pulling you along the road. And you just float along, and you get up to a pretty good clip, easily as fast as a horse could pull a carriage, as they are pulling you along the road, just floating. And it is, given that you're floating, it is a very smooth ride. Winds
nice.
come up
Solas is
occasionally, and that gives you some turbulence, but in general, it is a pretty smooth ride.
10 foot off the ground turbulence.
Solas is extremely happy that he doesn't have to carry lots of stuff and can take it easy.
Vordon says to you, so he and Genva are riding in the same one as you, whereas most of the other, like a number of warriors are riding in the other one, which is ahead of you. And he says, we should get to the edge of the jungle a little bit past midday. We can take a break and have a meal before heading in there. I believe we'll get to the ruins around, well, a bit before nightfall. Enough time to set up camp.
Thank you.
And we'll probably spend this portion of the journey as a panther scouting around.
These move at a pretty good clip. What's the movement on a panther? Because the first part of the journey is through what kind of amounts to a civilized area. There's not a whole lot that you'll need to scout around. When you get into the forest, that might be a good time to do that.
All right. Well, panthers move at 15, so.
Okay. It would probably be strenuous for you to keep catching up and stuff like that.
All right. He'll probably just hang out on the cars then.
Okay. Yeah. So you're seeing some kind of not like open pit mines, but you're seeing mine structures and farms as you're passing. Like the mine structures are clearly entrances to underground mines, but not like going into a hill. It's like structures built up with cranes and stuff like that going down into the ground.
Braxon's going to see if he can get a handle on the architecture, seeing as their ship is basically a giant flying potato.
Everything is very, very squat. And they clearly go for functional rather than like a functional aesthetic. It is not like highly decorated and everything like that. Things do what they need to do, and not much else, kind of thing is their primary aesthetic. There are some fancier things, especially in some small like manor houses that you would guess are overseeing multiple farms. And those are a bit, better appointed on their architectural level and stuff like that. But everything, like, a lot of the architecture reminds you of human or dwarven architecture in, like, shapes and sizes, but squashed. Everything looks squashed. It's a very strange aesthetic.
Very clean lines, though.
Yeah, they definitely like corners, and they make as much out of stone as possible.
Yeah. Right, so not much woodworking going on.
Nope.
Brax is going to see if he can tell what they do for doors and stuff.
Some of
it
it
trying to sort of hang stone doors on.
Some of it is made of stone, yeah, but they do use wood for some of that as well. So a lot of it depends on the structure. Certainly, smaller, like the farming buildings, they're much more likely to use wood for the doors. Whereas the fancier structures use stone or some stone-like material that, without like touching it and examining it and looking at it closely, you're not sure what it is. But it doesn't look like wood from a distance.
I will try and keep an eye out to see if I can see any ingredients for my paralytic and sleep poisons as I'm traveling. Just seeing if I can identify the plants and stuff.
Well, right now you're traveling. You haven't gotten to the jungle yet, so there's nothing of that nature. There are there are stands of trees, small, like isolated jungle areas and stuff like that. That for whatever reason haven't been cleared, but like right now you're traveling down a road.
It's like we're being carried on a litter like royalty for some reason.
It does kind of feel like that. These, but it's also a lot faster than a litter could carry. Like if you could get the people carrying the litter just running constantly, then yeah, you might be going at that speed. But that's you're going at pretty good speed. The people polling are polling pretty fast. Also, it's definitely a thing where like they can get like speed going down a hill to take them up another hill, and then they start pulling as it slows down, kind of thing. But a bit past midday, you leave the road and go over rougher terrain. Considering that these are floating carts, it doesn't seem to really affect them much at all. And you soon get to the edge of a rocky jungle. You can see that the ground is clearly sloping up for a ways. It's been hot and humid, but now there's actual like wisps of mist throughout the trees as well.
I'm casting Endure here myself
Okay.
at this point.
All right.
It's like 12 hours, so.
The carts are brought to a stop, let to, you know, you feel them gain weight and slowly sink down to the ground as the Gravs who are concentrating on it begin to stop concentrating or whatever. The Gravs bring out some food, begin eating. You're offered some if you want to try it. Looks like there's it's plants, plant products, some meat products, things like that. You don't immediately recognize it, but it does look like more preserved stuff for traveling.
Braxon will try the food.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
Braxon will chat to the Gravs and say, "Oh, these are interesting dishes. What are these called?" And ask what they're made of and that sort of thing.
All right.
Obviously, I don't need all the details.
Yeah. So you begin to eat. Some of it is there's some dried vegetables, which are pretty normal, and that's fine. Some dried fruits, which are fine. Like that's pretty normal stuff. You may not recognize exactly what they are. It's like roots and tubers primarily. But then you get to the dried meat and some like travel bread, like biscuits and stuff like that. And that stuff is very dense, very heavy. It tastes fine, kind of on the bland side.
You can see why they got fruits and berries in their diet.
But they seem to actually like the this dense bread and meat the most.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes a lot of chewing, and then when you swallow it, it just feels like it sits in your stomach a bit.
It doesn't dissolve.
Well, it does, but you realize that like one of the biscuits that they're eating is probably the equivalent nutritional value of like 2 or 3 of your regular ones. The one, if you brought any along.
They require a lot more feed than this anyway, probably by their density.
And it's very dense.
Is there any like pot or anything? Just anywhere. I was just thinking to put some water in and just cooling it down with my knife. Cold water.
They haven't taken any out because this is just like they're just stopping to eat before heading into the forest. They haven't like set up any cook fires or anything like that. So there are
Yeah.
pots and stuff, but they're being like unloaded from the carts and loaded onto the backs of the grabs.
Braxon's going to discreetly wrap one of these really hard biscuits up in a bit of cloth and give it a bash, and then open the cloth and eat the bits.
Okay.
Tenderize it. You got a hammer for that? Oh, wow. You got hammers and stuff.
Yeah, and you guys would probably not be able to finish a whole portion, and you can just like put it away for later, kind of thing, or give it back to them. They don't seem like they don't seem like they'd be offended by that.
It's not outside of my wheelhouse to make sure everyone's water is cooler to lower people's temperature a little bit. My dagger, isn't it?
No,
I mean, there's going to be something around I can do. I mean, I don't have to detail it out too much, though.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to, like, ask them to, ask to borrow some pots so you can fill up some water and cool it down, yeah, that's fine. Using your dagger to cool it.
Yeah, so like ice cube water.
Yeah, they'll be pretty impressed by that.
And I can obviously do it for them, obviously, if they prefer colder water.
Yeah, they'll be happy for some nice, cool, refreshing ice water.
Braxton says to Lafdul, sometime we should put some boiling water in my magical mug and put your magical dagger in there and see which magical item is stronger.
My dagger would just be on. Well, actually, does my dagger function underwater when in the flame mode? Is it just snuffed out?
I don't think you've tried it.
I will try it.
So like sticking the dagger into a pot of water.
Yeah, to see if it boils the water.
Yeah, Braxton hasn't brought his magical mug with him.
Yeah, I know. I just want to know if my dagger even does this in the first place.
So keep in mind that this might be a little bit different compared to if you're actually completely submerged and you pull the dagger out.
Oh no, I completely submerged the dagger.
I understand. You can't get the whole thing into the pots that you're borrowing. Your whole hand with the dagger kind of thing.
Right.
You can stick the blade in. But again, keep in mind that this might be different. But when you stick the dagger in, your face is blasted with
steam.
Extremely hot steam, and you suffer 3 points of damage.
Oh, hang on.
3 points of damage.
They would have mitigated it.
I'm sorry?
Hang on, I thought you had a cold dagger.
Yeah, it does hot or cold. But I had Endure Heat Up, so I've lost my spell.
Oh, right, okay. Well, my mug does. My mug does hot and cold as well.
Yeah, then you probably have lost a spell and not taken the 3 points of damage, as your face is blasted with hot steam.
Sad face.
Solas just silently shakes his head and.
Now the Gravs get a kick out of this. They're laughing at this. They think that you did this on purpose as a joke.
Oh yeah, my patron is a jester after all.
Braxton says that's not quite what I meant, but never mind.
Solas casts Unfailing Endurance on the group.
Okay, and what does that do?
Thank you.
It basically gives us immunity to fatigue and exhaustion for a week.
Okay.
And we could basically do forced march without getting tired during this time.
All right, and how many people can that affect?
One creature per level, and duration is 1 day per level.
Okay. So 8 people then.
Yeah, I'm also offering to cast it on the nephew of the ruler.
Okay. Ockar, did you bring Beowulf along?
Yeah.
Speaking of, what about his Tam with us as well?
I would have brought Beowulf along.
Okay.
Tyan is always with us.
Yeah.
So when you fall into water, you got to remember that it's holding its breath.
Yes.
Or if you fall into a pit of acid.
I doubt that Tayan is really going to be doing that much physical activity, so I'm not going to be casting it on Tayan.
I have to say that even Leva, with her love of Tayan, will have other problems than looking after Tayan if she were to fall into a pit of acid.
Just put him inside the bag of holding. Yeah.
Can't put Dayan into a bag of holding.
I mean, he can
If
hold
she
it.
falls
You
into a pit
can
of
you
acid?
can put Tayan into a bag of holding. You just got to keep in mind how long the air lasts in there.
Yeah, well, it's not just that. It's if she really does fall into a pit of acid, then she'll probably have a look how she can survive herself.
Yeah.
Everything else is secondary.
And putting Tayan into a bag of holding, and then having the
With the
bag of
acid.
holding get dissolved, may be a little bit of a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
preserved.
the unfailing endurance spell gives bonus to saving throws against weakness, fatigue, enfeeblement, and such.
Okay, excellent. We'll keep that in mind if any of those come up. Anyone else have any other preparation spells that they want to cast?
No, because mine's died on me. I did
offer it to the leader of the Gravs if he wanted it also.
Yeah, he will accept that. Actually, he will suggest that you put it on Genva instead.
Well, I will put it on Genva instead.
Okay.
And like I said, it lasts for 8 days.
All right.
Finn will spread out his 2 remaining doses of Crawlbane to however many people it'll go to.
All right. That's basically a anti-insect ointment.
Yep.
Okay.
Repels normal insects for 8 hours.
All right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Anyone in particular that you want to offer it to, or does anyone in particular want to speak up that they would most appreciate getting some?
Solas is very appreciated.
Oh yeah, so is Lafdul, definitely, because he's going to be going away from the party probably at some point.
Well, that's the first 2 people who spoke up. I guess it's up to Finn.
Yeah.
2 clerics.
Well, I guess keeping the people who can heal any insect-borne diseases from getting insect-borne diseases is probably not a bad idea.
Okay.
Sounds smart to me.
Question.
Yes.
Does the old anti-insect snot spray insecticide that we had from
Yeldon?
from Yeldon, is that still good?
No, probably not.
Is that to be thrown away? Oh, they would have liked to use that.
I would imagine that either it's just lost its effectiveness, efficacy, and at some point you already realize that, like you realized it when it did so, and you tossed it, or you used it at some point and used
We
it
went
up, kind of thing.
on Zivalin, or what's the name of that place in Crispus? That was a jungle. It was a jungle or forest.
Kislev.
2
Might have used
Christmas
it there.
days away.
Regardless, I don't think you have it anymore.
Mm-mm.
Either you tossed it or you used it.
Since I can,
Because it was years ago.
I will mention to Finn, if you tell me what they're made out of, I'll see if I can keep an eye out for the herbs and plants. And,
I wouldn't know exactly on this planet.
oh.
I'd have
Yeah,
to find it first.
I will keep out an eye out for strong-smelling plants, I guess.
All right. I mean, once Finn finds some, if he chooses to look for it, then he could. He would still need to collect it, but I would allow, like, if you go scouting after he tells you, I might reduce the collection time. I think that was one of the.
Yeah, I mean, I
elements
need
of it.
to potentially look out for my sleep and paralytic poisons as well.
Alright.
See if I can find any suitable replacements.
I mean, you might end up having to wait until you get to the location and set up camp because you're going to be moving,
Yeah, I'm not.
and
It
it is
was
a
just
dense
keeping an
jungle.
eye out
there's an element of like you're not going to be able to go too far away from the party and then
Oh
actually.
no,
be able to
I'm
find
not
them
going
again,
out.
so. Okay.
I'm just looking at plants and stuff, saying, "Oh, that might be good. That might be good." Keeping like a mental catalog.
All right. So after everyone has had a meal, the Gravs are ready to set out. Vordon checks with you. You guys, are you all ready to get underway?
Mm-hmm.
Very ready.
Okay.
Are we going back on the sled or are we walking?
No, it is too. Sadly, it is too dense. We will have to walk. All right. So, you guys all shoulder your packs and get underway. Those of you who are longer-legged than the Gravs, which I guess at this point is all of you, actually. Yeah. You have little trouble keeping up with the Gravs. They definitely move more slowly than you do. But they lead you in with a bit of vanguard of Grav warriors at the front, hacking through dense underbrush occasionally. Vordon has a thick parchment with writing on it that you can't read, and he doesn't offer it to you guys to look at it in any way. It's just like consulting it every once in a while and correcting your course as you're going.
So, look like a map.
Braxon would be
It doesn't look like a
interested
map. You don't see any like lines drawn on it like a map, but it's written in text.
It's most likely travel journal or something from the first expedition.
Probably, yeah.
And
Braxon
Braxon?
would be interested as his navigator. So if it looks like writing, he'd say, "Are you navigating via an itinerary?"
Vordon looks at you and kind of quizzically and says, "No, this is elements of the first expedition. Those who survived and escaped wrote down how they got there as they were going, but it has been supplemented by the guidance of Apogee."
Right.
Finn will actually point out pathways that he sees that might be a little easier travel as we're going.
About half the time, Vordon will consult his parchment and say, yes, that will work. Good eyes." And you'll take a bit of an easier path. About another half of the time, he'll consult and say, "No, that would take us away from the path we need to take." So sometimes it's,
bouncing.
you know, I mean, not knowing exactly where you're going, you know, you do the best you can pointing out things, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, kind of thing. But every time you do point out one that works out, he definitely gives you a nod of thanks. And that those sections do make it easier. The travel is made a little bit harder as you occasionally get to some denser sections of mist and fog. And you have to move a little bit more slowly to pick your way through and not ensuring that no one gets lost and things like that. There are constant animal sounds throughout. You hear birds, you hear small scurrying, mammals, chirping, chittering, that kind of thing. You see a number of them. There are a number of brightly colored birds all over the place. There are plenty of flowers in bloom, tons and tons of insects. There's a lot of buzzing around. Sometimes you guys are getting bit. Those of you using Finn's ointment are fine. Those of you who are not, you do have to periodically slap or brush something away as it's biting you. The Grav seem completely unaffected by that.
Thick skin.
They do have to brush things away from their ears, but other than that, they don't seem to be at all affected by by the biting insects.
I suppose our animal companions are very happy being in a natural environment for a change.
Yep.
Do you let Beowulf go loose sometimes, Ockar? I'd imagine so, anyway.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
I'm wondering if Ockar lets Beowulf go loose. Sorry, that might be a bit loud.
Wait, what?
I don't know, because we're in a forest jungle, you know. Maybe let's run around.
I mean, I doubt Ockar is keeping Beowulf on a leash.
I
Yeah,
don't know. He's never
basically-
detailed it.
I mean, I don't really keep him on a leash. He just falls alongside me, going wherever he wants, as long as he doesn't go too far away.
Well, Tayan sits in the backpack.
Use the stick on your head. You know,
Yeah.
perched.
Tayan would
around.
probably be a little bit antsy to get out and explore a little bit, but not, while also kind of sending you a emotional assurance that he's not going to be going too far.
Yeah, he can go.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I let Babel roam, and I trust that a sense of smell will keep him out of trouble. dogs
you
are usually-
say that.
Dogs
That's
are-
a tasty deer over there.
Hey, dogs are usually pretty good at keeping out of trouble when they want.
Wolves are not all the time.
They'll be
Don't
fine.
forget, what is it? Is it a familiar? Is it a follower? What is it?
It's more of a follower than a familiar.
You're a follower.
It's a wolf, not a dog. He'd probably be upset if you called him a dog.
Yes. But Ockar hasn't. I don't think Ockar has ever called him a dog.
No, that's just the player calling him one.
But yeah, he acts a bit more like a wild dog than a straight up normal wolf.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they Tayan and Beowulf range out without going too far, especially when it gets the fog gets dense. They will return to you. But for the most part, the journey is uneventful. Occasionally, you'll come across the remains of some prey animal that has been eaten. There's at least one time that you come across a large track made by some rather large creature. The Gravs do not know what that is. They will apologize and basically say that they don't get into the jungle that often. They do know that there are some dangerous creatures in here, and they're just kind of hoping that they won't
A
be...
big creature, you said.
I'm sorry?
You said that was a big creature.
Yeah, maybe the size of
We
a
can't
small elephant or
investigate.
something.
Finn, could you take a quick look at it and see if it might have been eaten by a bigger creature?
Oh, no, so the remains that you come across are more like deer type things. You'll see occasional
Oh, right.
small deer. It's more of there was a track of some larger creature. And yeah, Finn wants to take a look at that, he can.
Yeah, Finn will take a look.
Okay. Do you have a relevant proficiency or anything like that you want to check against?
Ones I can think of are either forest survival or hunting.
I will let you do either of them, but there's going to be a +2 penalty to the check.
I'll use hunting then.
Okay.
I'm guessing tracking would have been without penalty.
Tracking would allow you to track it, not necessarily tell you what it is. Yeah, so whatever this creature is, Finn, it is not a creature that you're familiar with. Is definitely big. Has 4 limbs, and you think it's reptilian, because you find a fallen scale.
Okay, I'll share that with everyone.
Is it leaving like a swath behind it, like a tail drag?
Not exactly. And the spot itself is fairly old as well, like at least
How
a week
big is
old.
the scale?
Fingernail size. Kind of a brownish green shade. Not bright in any way. And the it's big and heavy, but it looks like whatever it was doing here was not just like moving through the area. It may have rested here for a time.
I wonder if Behemoth can pick up the sound. We can communicate with him. We can ask.
Not
him to
not
take
if that
him
was
off,
not with that old.
Oh.
It's definitely rained since. Finn could easily tell you that the scent would be gone at this point. All right, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, Finn's in charge at the moment.
Well, Vordon is really in charge, but he will definitely give you guys time to investigate something that you come across if you feel you need, kind of thing. So you return to traveling, and you'd estimate that you've got about 2.5, 3 hours before the sun is completely set. By the time that you start seeing some shaped stone peeking out from underbrush here and there, and Vordon says, "We are just about there. Another 15 minutes, and we should be at the central location of the ruins."
Finn will go Panther at this point and start looking around for good campsites.
Okay.
Solas looks the stonework that is visible, if there's any, basically any carvings or anything, or if it's just ordinary bricks.
It looks like these parts are primarily just the very, very old ruins of ordinary stonework. And if there was any like, it's really hard to tell what is, what may have once been carving versus what is just erosion on these things. They're heavily overgrown. Whatever was here toppled and has been, like, consumed by the jungle itself.
One thing that Solas is definitely keeping an eye out is if he sees mud bricks.
No, it's all stone.
Dang it.
You're pretty sure that if they had mud bricks, they would probably have been dissolved by now by all the rain and everything. Also, you and Finn would be able to talk and suspect that the jungle is younger than the stone.
Mm-hmm.
In that whatever was here is like it was not part of the jungle kind of thing.
Are we on the outer bit of the what would have been the world?
Yeah, you're on what you're pretty sure would have been the surface of the former world.
Okay.
Finn, out of curiosity, will cast No Age on one of the stones after we stop.
Okay, how precise is it? Is that?
Let me look that up.
Would we be able to estimate in how much older this ruin is compared to the jungle? Just a rough
Probably not.
estimate, like centuries.
Probably not.
So
Okay.
the spell enables the caster to instantly know the age of any single person, creature, or object on which he concentrates. The age is accurate to the nearest year.
Um, I would, and there's no limit on that. Like, it doesn't stop at a certain
That's it.
age or anything. Okay. I'll probably say that it's like to the nearest year, but before below like 100, and the nearest 10 years below a couple hundred kind of thing, because you just get like it's over 10,000 years old. The stonework.
Okay, I'll share that with Solas.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be very interesting. Solas writes down to his notes that we got the stoneworks dated with the phenological dating system.
Phenological dating system.
Someone needs to coin that term.
And Finn will point out what he found for campsites. Any
Okay.
place with a clearing that's it was 50 yards. So 50 feet. 50 feet radius.
So, you are
Keep it slightly shorter than that, because I need to cast a spell that's at 50.
Vordon leads you to a spot. He consulting his parchment, and it seems like this was probably once a plaza or something like that. Heck, it could have even been the roof of some large structure. It's hard to say. The trees are a lot less dense here, and you can see flat stone on the surface, like on the ground. And he says, according to my notes, the entrance to the underground ruins are near here, but this will be a good place to set up camp.
Very well then. And Finn will cast Create Campsite.
Okay. And yeah, you feel that it would be a pretty good campsite, especially given that it's flat. And so you cast a Create Campsite spell. It clears some of the brush and everything like that. Sets up tents that the Gravs have actually brought along. They're very low tents, though, so like you guys would have to crawl into them to avoid you're like pushing out with your heads on the canvas surface. They definitely appear waterproof, so that's pretty good. It hasn't rained while you've been here, but it's so humid that sometimes there's like just condensation on some of the leaves that has dripped on you. So it'll be nice to get in out of that.
Braxon's happy to crawl in.
And it takes a little while to for all of the Grav to set up their own accoutrements.
My spell would have done it for him.
Well, they have some
Personally.
additional stuff that they also set up, like and I think with the number of people, they probably are bigger than just that area. But that does set up. It definitely makes it a lot faster.
It also hides the area better. It's camouflage slightly.
Yeah.
If you
However,
use-
again, there are 24 additional grav with you.
I will cast Circle of Privacy to say if we're inside the circle, and I will point out a rough area. Your sounds are muted and sense are muted, so something will be able to hear or smell you. They can still see you, but less likely for us to be encountered by the local wildlife.
Ah, that's good. That will be a great help.
And Finn will
Ah,
cast
before-
anti-vermin barrier.
Okay.
Before going to sleep, Solas looks for him 15 feet diameter area around near the center of the campsite, puts his bedroll down and casts Leomund's tiny hut.
Okay.
That's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, so and any of you who want to stay in there can definitely do so. This is definitely exceeding the circle of privacy area with all of this going on. And it will probably exceed the create campsite area. At least a bit.
We could put down some pegs or markers so we know where at least my spells range into. I could put an indentation into the ground, draw a line with a stick.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Circle.
you have to outline the area with assault, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
I assume it disappears when the spell's cast.
it does, but it's pretty easy to mark that out with just some pegs or sticks in the ground.
The color of the sphere that I conjure will be opaque version of the surrounding colors.
Okay. All right. So the Grav servants begin to cook up a meal. It's basic. It's just kind of like a basic stew with roots and tubers that they brought along, and the meat and kind of bread, biscuits broken up and crumbled into the soup, and they'll offer you some.
Do you want to look around for some plants, Finn? Because I want to go out and look around for some plants.
Yeah, after dinner, Finn's gonna go out and search for what he needs for Crawlbane.
Okay.
We can help each other with both what we're looking for.
Do you two want a hand searching?
I think we'll be fine.
I'm pretty quiet if I need to be.
Yeah, I think someone would need to have herbalism to help at all.
Solas is feeling brave. Oh no, he's got Leoman's tiny hat.
Solas is busy writing about this sphere into his notes in the hut with the light that the hut provides.
Oh, it provides light?
Yeah.
That's good.
Leva could come and help. She has herbalism.
The interior
Yeah,
of the hut can be illuminated by the spellcaster upon command.
Ockar's going to spend the evening polishing Behemoth.
Yeah,
Oh.
polish. He's getting
What?
a towel and drying him off. He's probably
Yes.
soggy and mangy. Sweaty and
What?
stuff.
Could you do Tayan too once you finished?
You guys are...
This is Ockar. I think this is when a bucket of water dumped over a companion is an appropriate reaction.
Huh?
Yes, but which one deserves it more?
Why not all of them?
Here, I'll just get splashed everybody with a bucket of water.
Solas hasn't done anything to you.
No, you're just a victim of circumstance.
You just have to be
Well,
standing nearby.
Leva casts invisibility on herself.
All right, so Lafdul and Finn, you go out looking for the
Did you miss that? Leva could come and help because she has herbalism.
Okay, you want to help as well?
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
helping with Finn's stuff, and I'm also looking for my stuff.
Okay. And you're specifically looking for Crawlbane, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I will reduce the search time to 4 hours.
Ooh.
Okay.
And go ahead and, Finn, give me an herbalism check. With
And I
a
get-
-1, I think it is.
Yep. Additional -1.
All right. You did find appropriate ingredients to make some ointments. Now, that is not something that they can help with, though.
No.
Right.
I was just helping him find plant, bring plant.
Yeah. Plus, I need a couple hours to be able to do it. So.
Yeah.
That means my cycle of privacy is already 4 hours into the casting. Yeah. Well, did I find anything for my stuff?
Go ahead and give me an herbalism check with
Let's do a custom one.
Do you want Leva to do it?
no, you were just reducing the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I reduced 1 hour per helper, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that definitely would have helped.
So make an herbalism check. You're going to be taking a penalty, a +2 penalty.
Alright, so, alright, in that case, my score is 10. Because I have 14 -2, then minus another 2.
Okay.
I'll just do a straight 1d20. Let's go do a 1d10 then.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah.
Which
true.
of the party is wanting to sleep in the tiny hut, and who is wanting to sleep in the tents?
How many people can fit inside the tiny hut?
7 plus me, so if everyone wants to, they can fit in there.
Yeah, everyone can fit in then.
Plus we would have had weaved mattresses made out of Finn's great campsite. Or something, if he wishes. Using the natural environment.
Yeah, if that's, I mean, you definitely can. That's fine.
I mean, I don't say
Yeah,
it when I do it.
Finn would probably prefer to sleep there, just because it's more in tune with nature.
In the tiny hut?
No.
No. Just like outside?
Yep.
Okay.
One benefit of the tiny hut is that it's completely transparent from within, even though outside it's opaque.
Yeah, but being outside also means that
You don't get the protections or spells.
well, no, but being outside means that Finn is also getting exposed to the actual natural temperature, which is also something that he might want. Like,
And the air's I think the air is quite a bit fresher outside than in a tiny hut with 7 people inside.
And the air goes through the hut.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's just a force field, basically, that keeps harmful weather elements outside.
And especially after how many months since he's been able to sleep outdoors?
Yeah, it's kind of nice. Yeah. Well,
What are you saying
I'm still
that it's not outdoors on a ship?
No.
I mean, if you sleep on the deck, technically it is.
Not so much in the phlogiston.
It's an outdoors of a different sort.
Is it really?
Different kind of nature.
Is it? Is it really?
Yeah, that's fine.
Finn just wants to touch grass, okay?
there's no grass.
Is there some type of tent around somewhere?
Yeah, there's some tents that the Gravs brought.
Then, Leva is sort of back and forth between where she wants to sleep.
I mean, they're
Are
not
there any other
individual
females
tents, so you would
around?
be sharing a tent with other Grav.
Yeah, are there any other females around?
There's Genva, and to be perfectly honest, you can't really tell which Gravs are male and which ones are female, unless
Okay.
unless they have a beard. And that's only if you assume that only the males can wear beards in this race, which is not the case with dwarves.
So she sighs and goes into the hut.
Okay. It's cooler in the hut.
Mm-hmm. It's nice 70 Fahrenheit.
All right, so you get a good night's sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Finn, you sleep happy and contented, hearing the sounds of wildlife all around you. Feels good. Be back out in nature. And you wake up the next morning as the sun is rising, and you can make any preparations for the day that you need.
So I look to Finn.
Keep in
What's
mind
the
that you're
weather
not going to
forecast?
have real fast, quick. Keep in mind that you're not going to have like a whole lot of time to change up spells. Vordon is going to want to get you guys moving within a few hours at least.
Finn only needs an hour to rememorize spells. So.
Okay.
I need slightly over an hour. I need, like,
Yeah,
couple
looks like
hours.
we lost a player.
How many more days travel, sorry, until the thing?
We
We're
are
there.
on the ruins.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
there.
we are there. Alright, so taking more.
Braxon, you lost connection? You back?
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Back now.
That's okay. So it's the
You
next
can be-
morning if there's any preparation that you want to make.
Are we going to be camping inside the thing, assuming this...
You have no idea what's inside.
Right.
It'll, like, you'll have to decide kind of
Oh
like
yeah, we're going in
at the
just
time,
us
you
plus
know.
one grav.
Your party and 2 grabs are going in.
Oh, 2 gravs.
Yeah.
Leva does cast strength on Finn.
Solas looked Leva so hopeful.
Don't forget, Leva is bribable.
As Lafdul's cooling himself down with some cold water, not offering it to anyone else, clearly.
Okay, Finn,
I'm
go
joking,
ahead
but,
and I think it's 1d6. To gain 2 points of strength.
Okay.
What's that get you up to?
14.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Braxon would have spent some time praying to Ptah for guidance.
What is a druid? It says priest and rogue are 1d6.
Druids or priests.
Okay.
Okay. Any other preparation spells? Anyone need a lot of time to change up the spells?
Not a lot.
Did you do level variation?
I did do level variation.
Okay.
I am taking dungeon delving spells. I'm not taking any more camping spells, so I am just over 2 hours.
Okay.
So I have to change a 4th level spell as well. I'm on my 2nd level spells. Actually, that's 2.5. 240 minutes I need. 2 hours 40.
All right. That's getting close to the limit. So
All right.
if other people
that's
have
good.
less than that, then that's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I have a less.
Because I did all the good berries this way. 2 hours 50. And here I changed as well.
And the Grabs will be preparing some breakfast for you guys. It's just general chatter around the Gravs as they're preparing. Vordon will check with you early on, find out like what you're looking at time-wise for spell preparation, and we'll give you that time that you need.
So what have we got? A building with an entrance or a hole into the ground? Or...
You don't know. You haven't gotten to that point yet. He's indicated that it's like a 10-15 minute walk from where you are right now to
Right, got you.
what he has listed. He says specifically that you'll pass underneath the remains of a stone arch.
Is Finn preparing spells?
Yeah, a few.
Okay. Ockar doesn't prepare spells, does he?
I have one
What does he
spell
now?
that I've had prepared for the last few days, and that is command.
And that's a whole whopping 10 minutes if he ever wants to change it out. So.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
There's nothing else I'd want to change it out for because this is a good all-around spell unless I find something that's immune to it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, Braxon's going to keep an eye on everyone preparing stuff, and when someone becomes free, which is probably going to be Ockar first, he's going to say, "Do you think it's worth us taking the circuit before we go in?"
You're fairly well protected by the spells that you've got up right now. And not knowing exactly where, like, I mean, if you're talking about a circuit of the campsite, that's fine. But if you're talking about going ahead to where,
No, I mean walking around the place that they think is dangerous, see if we can see other entrances or stuff.
yeah, but you're talking about really thick jungle, unless someone like Finn went with you. Yeah, there's a pretty good chance you get lost.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't thinking of going off on my own. Braxon just doesn't want to interrupt anyone preparing spells.
I mean, it doesn't take that long for us to prepare the spell, so you can wait.
I think Leva didn't cast anything yesterday.
You said he cast invisibility.
I think that was a joke.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
I mean, being confronted with a bucket of water, wouldn't you cast invisibility?
I think that was.
I don't cast it. I will myself invisible.
I think that was a very successful casting of the spell because Zarka didn't see it.
Okay, so is everyone changed up their spells, ready to go?
I think I need a rim shot button.
Yes.
Okay, so Vordon and Genva come over to you and check that you're all, like seeing you guys being prepared and everything like that. They come over and he says, "Are you all ready to go?"
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Genva is carrying her short staff. Vordon has strapped at his belt a pick. It looks more like an actual weapon, than a tool kind of thing. But obviously, it's based on a tool. And he is wearing some thick leather armor of some sort.
Doesn't
kind
look
of
like hide.
not hide. No. It might have metal plates inside of it.
Brigandine. Oh.
Yeah, actually, Ockar, you would probably recognize it that it is brigandine armor that he's wearing.
Yeah, pretty.
He's got a backpack, some pouches, stuff like that, and is all ready to go. Genva is wearing some thick leather robes, and you see pouches at her belt as well. Vordon is also wearing a helm specifically designed for his head shape, so it's not something that any of you would have been able to wear, kind of thing. And he comes over and says, well, are you ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Okay. So he issues some commands to the Gravs who will be staying at the campsite to keep it secure, keep everything taken care of. And he's speaking in the Gravish tongue, but Braxon, you can use your ring to keep track of that if you're wearing the ring.
Yep.
And he basically says that if you guys don't come out in within 3 days, or if they're attacked by something that they obviously cannot handle, to make their way back out of the forest and let people know. So you'd pick up that Vordon is hoping to complete whatever happens down there within 3 days. Or, like, who knows, like, he doesn't expand upon it, whether he plans to stay down there. You have no idea how big these ruins are, and you definitely got the impression that they don't know how big the ruins are down there. So, he then leads you further into the jungle. And you do find yourself, let me go ahead and bring you over here.
I need to restart my browser, so I might disappear temporarily.
Okay.
Hopefully this place is smaller than that Dwarven Citadel we went through that one time. That took ages.
And let me go ahead and
How fast do you want to go through, guys?
remove that. Let's see. There we go. All right, so you can see ahead of you is a stone arch. It's still standing despite the age, but it is also very heavily weathered. You're pretty sure it was probably once a part of either a wall or some greater structure, but it has been substantially weathered with time. And you can see ahead of you fallen stones, columns, the ruins of some wall structures, that kind of thing. And directly ahead is a plinth with a pair of crouching, highly stylized animals. Perhaps some sort of a canine or feline creature. Just two of them resting next to each other.
I think Braxon would have asked about the arch before we were like 2 inches away from it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because that might have like a spell cast on it.
Vordon would indicate that the previous, like the records from the previous expedition, they passed under it. But he'd also say if you want to go around it, that's fine too. I would have put more stuff on the left side of this map if I could have, but I couldn't. So
Yeah.
I think a prudent thing to do would be to have Lafdul search for traps.
Yeah.
How long do you want me to keep spending search for traps? It's 10 minutes every time I do this.
Oh, I think you should search for traps under the archway.
No.
It's also it's 10 minutes per 10-foot square of space that you're searching as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what, you want me to spend like an hour here?
And we can just walk round the arch, can we?
I'll just
Because I'm
search the
seeing-
10 foot and just walk through where I'm walking.
Again, Vordon indicates that the previous expedition passed underneath the arch, so...
I honestly
Solas
don't
is going
imagine
to
this is traps.
Solas is going to be trusting the previous expedition's notes.
Alright,
I'm
well...
casting Endure here myself, and I'm just walking through. I'm not even searching for traps.
I guess I'll
Le-
follow
Lever
after
goes
Lafdul
with
if he doesn't
Solas.
search.
She trusts those ones too.
Alright, sorry, what was that, Ockar?
I said if Lafdul's just walking through it, I'll just follow after him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm casting Endure here myself before I do that.
I mean, if there were any other spells that you wanted to cast, I mean, that lasts hours, right? You could have cast it before you
Yeah.
got to this
No, I
point.
cast it as soon as I was starting this thing. So
Yeah.
12 hours, basically until next rest.
Okay. Alright, so you can go
Right.
ahead and move your token through that. Take the path that you'd want to take.
Braxon's going to get a stick and throw it around the outside of the arch.
Okay. Nothing happens as you pass through the arch. You don't feel any like tingling. Nothing explodes or anything like that.
Solas looks at the plinth, but don't go too close yet.
What is that? Is that an epitaph or something?
It's
or
plinth.
It's a plinth.
What's the plinth? What's the plinth?
What
Someone
do
explain this.
oils tend to last?
Either rounds or turns, not
Okay.
hours. It's basically like a stone block,
Statues.
and there's two statues on top of it, stylized in the shape of resting canines or felines. Heavily
test something.
stylized. It's hard to say what kind of creature it is.
I'll stay
I'm
here.
gonna-
I'll go up
I'm
ahead.
I was gonna throw a rock at it.
Yeah, I'll just. I mean, as long as
Don't-
most of my
don't-
body's intact, I can come back. I guess.
If before Ockar throws the rock, Solas says, "Don't stop! You are going to be harming an ancient art piece."
They also look weathered, so
I'm not touching anything. I'm just looking for the most part.
Are you talking about me as a rock?
so you're just you're moving up about 10 feet away, 5 feet away, and just looking at them.
I'll go as close as I can feel like I get like another 5 feet and just look
Okay.
for trap. Sure.
All right. I'm gonna search for traps, but not touching anything,
Uh,
right?
Not touching anything.
Okay.
I am. For as long as people are willing to endure me looking for traps, basically.
Solas makes notes about these statues and in his mind muses about the potential cultural significance of these animal statues.
Okay. Lafdul, you are looking closely at the statues, but not touching any of them.
Mm-hmm.
And as you are examining them, you're pretty sure there is no trap there whatsoever.
Yeah, I didn't think there would be, or at least no physical trap. Maybe magical. Who knows?
However, the two statues spring to life and leap upon you
Rude.
extremely
Can I
quickly.
Can I tumble?
No. It essentially
It's a
they
reactionary thing.
kind of take you by surprise.
Solas, I knew I
complete
should have thrown the
surprise.
rock at them.
It's not a trap. They are clearly guardian statues.
I knew I should have thrown the rock.
I take it I'm surprised.
Yes. Yeah. So they are both attacking you, leaping down upon you, trying to bite you with the stone jaws that they have.
Would Ockar be surprised? He knew the thing funky was going up here.
Everyone was looking.
They
but I
moved
didn't press the
extremely
button.
fast.
Okay.
So they're getting this attack off, and then we go into a normal combat situation.
Don't
Did-
worry, everyone. Lafdul regenerates.
Well, depends how much of Lafdul's left.
Okay, so the next statue we find this place I'm throwing a rock at.
My armor class is 1 more surprise.
Okay.
Ord,
Yep.
Now 3.
did anything happen when Braxon threw a stick around the arch?
No.
Okay, we'll he'll walk around the arch when he's allowed to.
Okay.
3 surprise. What? Although
Braxon is
depends
really
if it's-
paranoid about that arch.
All right. So one of them does manage to graze you with its bite for 5 points of damage, and then we'll go into normal combat. And let me see if all right. I need to switch off the screen to get that to show back up, and I'm guessing that you're not seeing anything in there.
No, I'm seeing an empty turn
It's
order.
empty.
Yeah,
Same thing.
it's a bug, and I don't know how to fix it on your end other than
Oh, I see round count
okay.
10 to me.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Maybe
Yeah,
just
it appeared.
I had to change layers, but I mean I guess I could have pulled you off and put you back on, but yeah, you can go ahead and roll for initiative for yourself now.
So those things are made out of... Do those things look like they're made out of stone, those statues?
They do.
I'm gonna be destroying them.
Do they look like they're focused on me, or they look like they might turn targets?
Right now they look like they're focused on you.
Alright, then I am going to... I can't parry a MAF natural attack, can I?
Yes, you can.
Alright, then I will get my shield and I will parry.
Okay.
All my attacks on the hard parry or whatever.
X probably is the best. Alright.
Vordon
Can I do
shouts
that
out
with my
as
dagger?
he's pulling out his pickaxe.
Walking around with a long spear as a walking stick, basically.
I'm sorry, you broke up.
I said I'm using my long spear. I've been using it as basically a walking stick.
Okay.
I think I clicked on the wrong button. Hang on.
What do I roll? Do I roll anything if I'm just parrying? Being
Yeah. Because I think you might need to. Well, if you're just
Focusing on my and everything on
yeah,
defense,
if
I'm
you're not
acting.
using your weapon to try to deflect a specific attack, kind of thing. If you're not using your
I'm just
your
trying
actual
to
attack, if you're
improve my
just
armor class.
yeah, if you're just trying to improve your armor class, then no, set yourself to 99.
I'm using my shield and my short sword.
And let's see.
Wow.
Don't worry, I've got you, Lafdul. We'll destroy these
Well,
vile
it's fine.
statues.
If they're attacking me while I'm defending, I've got a really good armor class, so
Okay.
that's why I asked Odd if they looked like they were focused on me. So.
And again, you regenerate, so nothing is.
Wow. I'm gonna shove this ring of regeneration on your finger and put you in the front line.
Sounds fun.
All right, everyone.
Solas is not frontline fighter.
Everyone rolled.
Will be shortly.
Yeah, I've rolled eventually.
All right. Okay.
You know, I thought these graphs were slower than we are.
They walk slower. That doesn't necessarily mean they react slower.
They're incredibly.
We are all a bit slow.
Wow, I rolled really well for him. Dang. But the stone creatures are going first.
I have an incredibly good armor class.
Okay. What's your armor class currently?
With my shield, I have a standard armor class -4, and I get. If I'm parrying, I get a +5.
All right.
So I'm at -9.
All right. You do manage to deflect those attacks with your shield. Vordon pulls out his pickaxe, circles around, slowly trying to get a feel for what's going on. Finn, your turn.
Finn will move up to this one and give it a whack with its staff. 3 charges, if I hit.
Okay.
Staff is it a staff or a wand? I forget what you.
It's a staff.
And what's your Thaco?
16.
That is a miss. So no charges. Let me actually double check something about that staff.
Do you know its combat modifier?
I don't, actually.
Okay. It is the equivalent of a +3 weapon. You know that now.
It's the same as the other ones we found, isn't it?
All right, Braxon, your turn.
Hey, are these large or medium?
They're medium.
I'm not sure if Braxon can run round in time. Hang on. How far away is he?
You throw your axe out.
Yeah,
He
you
can
can.
throw his axe, but that's
Are
not
you
what he rolled
encumbered?
for. I don't think so. I don't know.
If you don't know, then you are encumbered.
I'm encumbered.
You shouldn't be.
You
You're
shouldn't
not
be.
carrying that much.
If he
compared to the rest
doesn't
of
know,
us.
he's encumbered. That's the
Alright.
thing. If you haven't calculated out your weight, I'm assuming you're encumbered. You're moving at half movement, and you're taking penalties to hit.
Pretty sure I'm lightly encumbered.
Penalties to hit as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anti-armor class.
I know.
Medium encumbrance.
No, I'm not encumbered. I had to double check what I calculated. Yeah, I'm not encumbered.
I'm not sure if Braxton can get here.
You can. Yeah, but you can't attack.
He can get there,
You
but
could
not
if
attack.
you weren't encumbered.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Okay. He's gonna.
That's
gonna-
why I try to tell you guys to calculate out your encumbrance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right then. Hang on. Get the ruler.
You're at 40 though. You move. You
It's
got
all
6.
the air.
Where's the damn?
What is he carrying that he's encumbered?
All
Yeah,
the
that's what
air.
I'm wondering.
All this air, you know.
He's not
It-
carrying any camping
Right.
supplies
It
or
doesn't.
anything.
But it doesn't matter if he hasn't calculated out what his encumbrance is. I'm assuming that he is encumbered because he hasn't
I know.
calculated it.
I know, it's the weight
He's
of the
gonna-
responsibility
he's
of
gonna-
being captain on his shoulders.
He's gonna go over here then, so he can attack round from the back.
All right. Leva, your turn.
Leva is casting magic missiles on this one.
Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and check for a wild surge. Okay, that is going to be... your 11th level, correct?
Correct.
Alright, 4 missiles.
Oh, is that all? Okay.
Better than 3.
What?
Getting to the point when the improved magic missile spell be good for you.
Well, it could be worse.
Helps if I'm on the button. Alright, your 4 missiles fly out of your fingers and impact into the stone hide of the creature. And definitely affected it, but didn't seem to affect it that much.
Okay.
Alright, Ockar, your
Not
turn.
much.
Okay, I'm going to stab at it with my spear as Behemoth moves behind it to bite.
Okay.
Your Belmont's gonna love biting into stone.
So, give me a second, I'm just looking at my Thaco. Okay. My Thaco is
Your Thacker's, it doesn't matter.
That's a hit. That's a hit.
Well, Lafdul, it does matter because if the Thaco is such that you normally only hit on 20, that would not be critical.
Oh yeah, that 5 difference or something. I don't. Oh, you're using that rule, aren't you?
I'm sorry?
If you can only
for Babel.
hit on a crit.
Yeah, if you can only hit on a 20, then it's not a crit.
What was there was something about having a margin of 5 or more.
Yeah, I need to.
I can't remember what it was.
That's what it is. It's a margin of 5. You have to be able to hit by 5 or better.
Oh, so 15 to 20.
Is 15.
That is a miss from Bjolmoth. Your spear did score a line along its stone body. And there we go.
It's a +3 spear. If that comes in anything.
Yep. I mean, there's definitely a mark where your spear hit it.
Good. Bludgeoning weapons would be really good against these.
All right, Solas, your turn.
I'm using my sling.
Okay.
And +1 magic bullets.
Okay.
Thaco is 16.
That is a miss.
No, my stone, don't disappear.
All right, Lafdul, you are
Stone.
defending. Anyone getting a second attack?
Not until next turn.
Okay.
They still look like they're attacking me, or they're changing targets.
This one right here is definitely changing targets, and this one right here is definitely changing targets. So yes, but you don't know exactly what they're doing.
Alright, yeah, but they're not attacking me, so that means I'm gonna go on the offense.
That means they're not attacking me, so I don't care what they do.
Yeah, well, you know, I tanked a round of combat with no damage, so. I think I'll just swing at them, I guess.
Alright. Let's see. That's that. And all right. Okay. Anyone still need to roll?
No?
Yeah,
Ah,
sorry, I do.
All right.
swear I should have taken animate statue, so it's enraged and attacks me only. It's just like taunted. So what happens when you try and enchant an already enchanted statue?
Ooh, I like
or
that.
golem.
I like that. Make it attack just you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
I'm
well,
putting-
at the moment, that's what I want it to do, but it's not.
Okay.
Gone even slower.
You know, that happens.
It's a dent to me. You shouldn't eat so much of it.
So those biscuits.
All right. So the topmost creature is attacking Ockar, and the lower one is attacking Leva.
Okay. Do you need to know my AC?
No, I don't need to know your AC because it missed you. Leva,
Did roll a one.
I
Help.
need to know your AC.
Wow,
My
the wizard got
AC.
himself into melee.
No, actually, it missed you. It definitely missed you. Sorry.
Oh,
Did you roll 2
Is
1?
that, it
No,
missed
no.
level
If
two?
I rolled ones, it would have.
flavor text.
Yeah.
Did it miss level 2?
Yes.
Oh, good. Phew.
All right. Vordon steps in and with his pickaxe. He calls out something in Gravish, and swings that pickaxe. And let's see.
So you get that adamantine one.
He misses. These dice are normally better than this. Good lord, what is wrong with my dice? Lafdul, your turn.
Alright, he
Lewa
swings at the
thinks they're
one
perfect.
to the south of me.
I mean, this was an ally who just missed, Leva. So, you know.
I assume that's hitting.
That's a hit.
These magically enchanted creatures.
Yes, they are.
It's the bottom one.
Okay. All right. Your sword blade definitely leaves a mark on its stone body. Leva, your turn.
Lewa just realized that she's a target. Mirror image.
Okay.
Like a fair realization on the wizard's face.
That is at 12th level.
12 level is 5. No, that's
Yeah.
What was that? That was I'm sorry, that was magic missiles, not
Yeah.
mirror image. Would have been nice. I'll take it.
No, you're not getting 17 images. No, sorry.
What did he say? Which one is it? How much?
1d8 plus 5. 1d4 plus 5.
No. The level.
12th level.
Thank you.
Is there a chance
What's
that
that,
she gets
1d4 plus 12?
Ah, that would have been nice. Ah, well, pity.
Is there a chance that Eva could get
But
a
that's
wild
not bad
surge?
either.
Sorry, Braxon, what?
Is there a chance that Leva could get a wild surge that gives her permanent mirror images that she can't get rid of?
One of the things are permanent, I think.
They couldn't. I don't think they could be permanent because they get destroyed. So.
Ah, right, yeah.
They would be
duration would be
permanent
infinite.
until they are destroyed.
Right.
So we have 8 in total. Lever plus 7.
Put a 7 on there so we don't mistake what that is, because I'll know. I'll just add +1.
Oops.
Okay, Solas, your turn.
Again, with the sling.
Okay.
That's a miss since previous one was a miss.
Yep. Genva moves forward and starts concentrating on one of them. Finn.
Yeah, another swing with the staff.
Okay. Using charges?
Yeah, I'll use 3. Well, no, I won't.
Ockar, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to stab at this thing and be able to get a bite.
All right.
So, my attack goes 8.
That's a miss. That's a hit from Bjolmulf.
The almost just chomps right down on it.
And you hear him whine as he does so, but
Broken tooth.
he definitely does. I think it's 4d4, not 4d6.
Crap.
It's okay. He does not break any teeth, but he definitely does not like biting into that. You do see, like, he pulls back and like spits some little stone shards out onto the ground, though. Braxon.
Okay,
Later-
so
Later this is counts as like all 3 damage types: smashing, piercing, and bludgeoning.
I'm sorry?
In later editions, they count as all 3 damage types. How does biting count on this one?
A bite? That's piercing.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm getting a shadow around this thing.
Yeah, then
jump
there's,
across it.
it's like a block there. You need to move around it.
Okay, well I wanted to go like here to attack that thing. Can I get around it through here?
Yeah.
No, I can't. I've got to jump over it apparently.
It's like they're a stone here and a stone here with a piece of stone resting on top here, so you can go just under it.
Okay. Can I jump onto these things and attack it from the back?
You can just attack it from right there.
Okay. I didn't know if there was enough room.
Like, I mean, if you're
Alright.
jumping up there, it's going to get an attack of opportunity against you.
Okay, fair
You should
enough.
jump to your boots.
Yeah, but I might land on Behemoth by mistake.
Yeah, mount Behemoth then.
He'll recognise I'm not Ockar and be upset. Okay, so
Yeah, it won't bite you then.
Braxon's gonna bash it with the stick of many buttons with no buttons pressed.
Okay.
Club form.
He has a club form.
Thaco.
Thaco is... Sorry, I didn't see the roll. Thaco for that is 9.
That is a miss.
That's a miss.
That is a
Nice.
miss.
Yeah, it's quite
Ockar,
a
are you
low
getting a
number.
second attack?
Yeah.
All right. That's a hit. Okay. And you leave another mark as your spear cuts into the stone.
Is there anything like special about these things that are notable other than that they're made of rock?
Their eyes are glowing a little bit, but that's about it.
I'm gonna try
Okay.
something next turn.
All right, everyone can go ahead and roll for initiative. Oh, not that.
Going nice and slow again.
Question?
Yes.
Something like Burning Hands, would that get Finn as well?
No, you can direct it. Since there's nothing to your right here, you can get just this thing in the area of effect.
Okay, thank you.
All right, anyone still need to roll for initiative?
Yep.
Okay. Lafdul, you're up first.
I'm taking the one to the south again.
All right.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm not attacking the one to the south, and there goes my extra attack next.
Yep. Your sword slips from your hand and it goes flying into the dirt over that way.
But I can see it though, so it's not
Yeah.
lost.
Okay. And then the one attacking Ockar tries to rip into him again with its stone teeth, and it misses. And the one attacking Leva is attacking one of her many forms, and she loses an image. Well, maybe actually. Let me let's see. Pick a number
Don't you
from 1
need
to
to
8.
find out which one she is?
Yeah, pick a number from 1 to 8.
6.
All right, you lose an image.
Okay.
The bells are not tolling for you then.
Nope.
You retain a critical fumble.
All right. Because it missed anyway, I'm going to reject that, Mr. Wolverine. It's just the 2 enemies. It's okay.
It's not like we are dying in here.
Yet. I mean, I'm not wasting any things. I'm just hitting them down since they're not really harming us like that.
All right. Vordan manages to bring his pick down on the stone creature in front of him. Oh, no worries, Mr. Wolverine. No worries.
Vordon, I
And-
thought it was Vordon.
I'm sorry?
I thought it was Vordon.
It is Vordan.
You said Vordan.
I'm going to probably mess that up occasionally. I don't know. It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's because his last name is Kovdan. That's why. Vordon Kovdan. I'll probably mix it up occasionally. It's a made-up name. It's okay.
No, but I can still tease you about it.
Read the name in the tracker.
Can you see the name?
Nope.
Nope. All right, hold on a second. I'll fix that when we get to the break.
Yeah, we don't need to know now.
I'll fix it in the post.
And that pickaxe.
Are you guys telling me you don't mind that you can't tell the grav apart?
One's slightly more zoomed than the other. I can tell them apart.
Yeah, there you go. So he brings this pickaxe down on this stone creature, and the pick just shatters this creature into a dozen pieces as it comes into contact. And he says, "Picks are quite good at dealing with stone."
Indeed.
Genva is again concentrating, and you see that this thing seems to be very light on its feet now. Finn, your turn.
Taking another swing at it.
All right. So it's +3. Are you taking that into account on your Thaco now?
So that would make my Thaco a 13.
All right, still a miss.
Yep.
Solas.
Again with the sling.
Okay.
One day I will succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Today is not.
That day is not today.
Mm-hmm.
Leva.
Leva casts Burning Hands from a scroll, level 10.
Okay. So no level variation. You pull out the scroll, read off the incantation, and then put your hands in front of you to fan out the flames. And go ahead and roll that for 10th level.
Oh, does that need to roll? Just a second.
Do
What does it
1d3
need?
plus 2 per roll.
1d3 plus 20.
Yep, there you go.
There we go.
Okay. And it gets a saving throw versus spell. Okay. It seems completely unaffected by that.
You'd figure.
Oh, okay.
Ockar.
I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna move over here.
Maybe slightly.
Mr. Wolverine also redeemed critical hit.
On the spell, how?
Yeah, that doesn't apply to the spell.
I'm gonna try something since I saw the glowing eyes. I'm going to attempt to call shot it in one of its eyes.
Okay. Remember that when you're did you add a +1 to your initiative?
Oh, I forgot.
Okay.
It doesn't. Yeah, I still move at the same.
Yeah, it's not mattering.
environment.
It's not mattering right now, but do remember it is +1 to initiative when you're called shotting.
Okay, I didn't know.
Has Mr. Wolverine got the record for the most number of ham refunds?
I'm gonna go ahead and use this critical hit for Ockar though.
Okay. So I'm gonna stab it right in the eye.
Okay.
So I'll roll damage.
There goes that emerald for an eye. Destroyed.
All right, 12 points of damage. The glow does not dissipate, although you have definitely caused it to lose some flakes of stone around the eye socket.
Probably not reduced damage either.
It's not a bad idea, though. I mean, You never know until you try it, kind of thing.
So if someone makes a cold attack against my head, I have no armor.
Braxon, your turn.
Don't worry, Lafdul. If I ever make cold attack against you, I'm going to be making it against your hand that has the ring of regeneration.
Braxon, you're jumping up there.
Oh, I'm muted. Yeah. So I was going to say, can Braxton jump up there?
Yeah, the
Yes.
best of jumping, I don't see why not.
Okay, so he wants to jump up there and then hit this thing on the head.
Okay.
An overhead barbarian 200 swing smack.
Oh, that's probably a miss. A 5 was a miss.
Yep.
You're hitting armor.
What's your
class
Thaco?
2 with that.
Thaco is 9.
That is a miss.
At
He's
least an armor
he's
class
having a
of
good
1 or
streak.
0.
But you get a second attack, right?
Yeah,
All right.
after everyone else is gone.
Right. Well, you were the last in
Yeah.
the turn order.
And I threw
Oh,
away my
okay.
sword, so
And Ockar's not getting a second attack. Go.
Yeah.
Alright, okay. Dun, dun, dun.
That is a hit.
Oh, 13. That's a bit better, isn't it?
That is a hit.
Right, so looks like that's D6 plus 3.
Okay. Should actually be +4.
Should it? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Because maces are 1d6 +1, +1 for strength, and +2 for the magic.
Oh, I don't know.
yeah,
Is
it's
it
a
plus
+2 mace. You've known that for a long time.
Well, I think he's taking that into account. He's
No,
missing
well,
either
I've
his
got
strength.
magic rod +2, but I've got numbers in there.
All right. So you bring the mace down on the stone creature, and a big chunk of stone is knocked off of its back.
Braxton.
And yeah,
Braxton says, "Sorry, Solas, I've damaged it."
and it seems like the noise of your fight has attracted something, because up to the north there's a crashing sound as something large bursts through the underbrush, roaring, charging towards you.
Oh, lovely.
And I think that's where we're going to take our break.
Expected to see one of those anytime soon.
Is that
I
a
love your
super
face.
chimera?
So you see, you whip your heads around to see what is roaring and coming towards you. You see a large reptilian-like creature. Where its head and neck should be is a large circular mouth filled with teeth. Actually, no. I just remembered. This picture is incorrect on that. The center is a lion's head, and it does not have that circular mouth. And around the fringe, you see a bunch of snake heads, and rising from the top of this fringe is a reptilian horned head, and it has a very long tail with what appears to be some sort of claw on it. And it is roaring, hissing, charging towards you. And we'll take our break here. Everyone can roll for initiative during the break if they want. I will fix the names so they show up. And we'll be back shortly to see what the party can do about this creature.
Well, I was thinking that Braxton might jump on its back, but it looks like it's got a scorpion stinger.
It has a long tail with a pincer on it. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe he won't do
I'm gonna
that.
need to ask you some questions during the break.
All right. So we'll be back shortly. It's a good time to stretch your legs, get something to eat or drink, and we'll be right back. About 10 minutes, everyone.
See you on the other side.
See you then.